Tara records herself in front of a camera. She then says that she has only 4 minutes. She then says that she has been under a lot of pressure lately. She mentions that the mayor's wife has hired her recently to do a 17th century Rococo nursery for her unborn son. She then continues talking about her daughter, Kate, and shows a prescription of morning after pills. Tara describes that she found the prescription in Kate's backpack last night. She continues explaining that part of her wants to applaud her daughter for being responsible and the other part of her wants to sew her up. Tara then says that Kate is more approachable before, and she does not see Kate's changes coming. Suddenly, Tara begins to tear up, telling in front of the camera that she cannot deal with this problem right now. After this, she stops recording and labels Tara's tape with a date. She then goes out of her room and begins to remove her clothes in the hallway of her house. Meanwhile, Kate arrives at their house. She calls people inside the house, but everything is quiet. Someone calls her, and she answers it. While conversing with someone on the other line, loud music from upstairs interrupts Kate from talking over the phone. She tells the person on the other line that she needs to go. Kate eventually goes upstairs silently. She enters her room and finds Tara wearing her clothes. Kate smiles and asks Tara, who she calls T, who let her out. Kate begins complimenting T and asks what T's deal is and why she is here instead of Tara. T eventually explains that Tara is in a bad place mentally. Kate finds out from T that Tara finds out about the pills. After a moment, T says that they need to go shopping and shows Kate that she got Tara's credit cards. Kate surprisingly hugs T, telling her that she is her favorite out of all the alters. However, T eventually pulls away. Following this, they go downstairs. T and Kate see Marshall studying in the kitchen. T greets Marshall with a friendly punch on the head. Marshall exclaims, calling T his mom. Kate then tells Marshall that she is T and not Tara. T then invites Marshall to go with them downtown and buy what they want. Marshall says that he needs to finish an assignment. With that, Kate tells T that they need to go already before their dad comes back. Marshall replies that it is already too late. Eventually, Max enters the back door in the kitchen with a bucket of fried chicken in his hand. T greets him. Max greets her back and begins to prepare plates for the food. T tells Max that she cannot eat because she is a vegetarian now. Marshall offers his coleslaw to T. Max then tells that T needs to eat with them and that she needs to cooperate. T then teases Max. Kate says she got the lead for the recital tomorrow as they are about to eat. Max then asks her what happened to Darcy, who is supposed to lead the recital. Kate tells Max that she is in the hospital. T and Kate eventually make fun of Darcy. While they are laughing, their aunt Charmaine arrives at the house. T begins to insult Charmaine. Marshall and Max greet Charmaine. Eventually, Charmaine tells Max that she and Tara are supposed to go to a chef party tonight. Still, she says that obviously, Tara is not around while looking at T with this. Charmaine says that she is leaving and that she walks in the middle of a family crisis. Marshall interrupts her by saying that they are not in the middle of a family crisis. He explains that they like it when T comes around. Max and Kate eventually agree. Following this, Charmaine calls Max and tells him that they need to talk in private. Meanwhile, Charmaine shows Max that she is upset. Max then tells Charmaine to now worry and that he will get Marshall to come with her. Charmaine tells Max that she is upset because of T. Charmaine says that it is tough for her. She even says that it is not an actual disease. Max tells Charmaine that she should know that Tara's illness is real because she grew up with Tara. Max explains to Charmaine that she has lived with Tara's condition for 17 years. Charmaine then tells Max that she is sorry that Max has to live this way. She even says that Max deserves better. At night, as T is painting her toenails, Max approaches her. T tells Max to paint her toenails. While they are having a conversation, T seduces Max and engages Max in a sexual encounter with her. Eventually, Max refuses and tells T that it does not feel right even T has Tara's body. Max then tells T that she needs to go to the shed immediately. T becomes upset and storms off. As T goes out, she bumps into Kate, dressed up and about to go out. Eventually, Max sees Kate and asks where she is going. Kate says that he has projects that she needs to finish and that she needs to go to her classmate, Madison. Max then brings out the topic about the pills Tara found from Kate. With this, Kate begins telling Max why Tara has to act up when she is depressed when she can be like other mothers who can be depressed in a usual way. Max eventually tells Kate that their mother is not acting up. Kate then says that Charmaine always tells Tara is acting up. Marshall goes down and says that Charmaine does not understand Tara's condition. Marshall then asks Max why T is going to the shed. Max tells him that he does not know. Marshall then begins playing loud jazz music. Kate asks why Marshall has to play loud music. Marshall replies that he does not want the neighbors hearing T and judging her. Following this, while Max is showering, Tara approaches her and joins him in the shower. Max recognizes that T is gone and Tara is back. Meanwhile, Kate is outside in the middle of the night. Suddenly, a car arrives and she peeks into the car's window. Kate tells the driver that he is late. Kate then enters the car. Eventually, Kate talks about Tara to the driver, who is her boyfriend, Benjamin. Kate tells Benjamin that her mother has dissociative identity disorder. Kate explains how she transitioned and that T is the coolest alter. Benjamin tells Kate that their situation is messed up. Kate gets upset and begins to insult Benjamin's mother. Benjamin interrupts her by telling her not to ignore her text anymore because it is his way of showing his love. Kate smiles and agrees, then they drive off. After this, while Marshall is drinking chai, Tara enters his room. Marshall recognizes that Tara is back. Tara sits beside Marshall and apologizes for her transition. Tara then asks Marshall how T is doing. Marshall tells Tara that T is doing great and is a vegetarian now. Tara goes on and apologizes again. Marshall assures Tara that she does not need to worry about it because Tara's condition makes them interesting. Eventually, Tara goes to their bedroom and sees Max lying in bed. Tara and Max talk about Kate. While they are having a conversation, Max seduces Tara. However, Tara refuses. Max then says that T was a little aggressive a while ago, and it made Max wants to do what T wants to Tara. With this, Tara asks if Max did something to T. Max says he did nothing. However, while they kiss, Tara tastes T's lipstick on Max's lips. Max eventually admits that they did make out, but that was it. After their little argument, Tara agrees to make love with Max. The following morning, Tara drives to Kate's school to drop off her costume for the recital. As she gets near Kate's school, she sees that Kate is arguing with Benjamin, pushing her off a tree. Tara hurriedly goes out of the car and scolds Kate and Benjamin. Kate tells Tara not to intervene and tells that they are already handling it. Kate proceeds to Tara's car and gets her costume. Kate leaves Tara outside and enters the school premises. Tara stares coldly at Benjamin and eventually enters her car. Tara tears up, but after a moment, she transitions. She begins to drive and smoke. At the house, Tara enters the house and ignores Marshall, who is baking cupcakes in the kitchen. After a while, Max arrives at the house holding a bouquet and asks Marshall about Tara's whereabouts. Marshall tells Max that he does not think Tara is at the house. Max asks who Tara is this time. Marshall says that it is Buck. Eventually, Buck enters the kitchen and begins chugging beer while smoking. Buck also tastes the cupcake Marshall is baking. Max interrupts Buck and tells him that today is Kate's recital and Buck needs to be there. Buck refuses to know that he'd rather go shooting practice. Max threatens to call Dr. Ocean. With this, Buck agrees to go. Following this, at the school, during Kate's recital, Marshall tells Buck that he thinks Buck is enjoying the recital. After Kate's performance, Buck stands up and applauds Kate. The crowd stands and also claps for Kate. On the stage, Kate sees that Tara transitioned to Buck. Benjamin also sees Buck and gets annoyed. Buck looks at Kate's boyfriend and gestures that he will kill him. After this, Max and Marshall give their gifts to Kate to congratulate her for a successful performance. Buck goes missing. Meanwhile, Buck fights Benjamin. As Buck continues to punch him, Benjamin punches back Buck. Eventually, Max, Marshall, and Kate find them. Max stops Buck. However, when Buck tells Max that Benjamin inappropriately touched and hurt Kate, Marshall rages and begins fighting and kicking Benjamin. Episode 1 ends with Max, Marshall, and Kate with Buck at a bowling place. Buck gives good advice to Kate, who thanks him for defending her honor. Buck tells Kate that she needs to thank Marshall too. Max tells Kate that they got her back. After that, Buck teaches Marshall how to bowl. Episode 2 begins with Tara recording herself again and telling that she resents picking up with the alters after they take over because she would not know what they did. Following this, Tara calls for a meeting with Max, Marshall, and Kate in the living room. Tara begins by noting on her notebook when do the alters come out. With this, Tara discusses the mysterious charges on her credit cards. Eventually, Kate comes clean and admits that she bought stuff from Tara's credit cards. Kate tells Tara that all of the stuff she bought still has tags on them and that she can bring it back. After the meeting, Tara cleans the house. Tara and Max talk about the alter showing up after she goes off meds. Tara then hears Marshall watching a film on his laptop. Marshall tells Tara what the film was about. Tara then asks Marshall if he needs to say something to her. Marshall then tells about his disagreement with her English teacher. Kate's irritated grunts interrupt Tara and Marshall's conversation. Eventually, Tara goes to Kate's room and sees that Kate struggles to pull out her shoes. Tara helps Kate. After helping Kate, Tara talks to Kate about sexual adventures in which Kate gets annoyed. Suddenly, Max enters Kate's bedroom. Max takes over the conversation, and Tara leaves. Kate tells Max that it is not okay for Tara to enter her room and give unsolicited advice. After this, Tara and Max talk about Kate and who should speak to Marshall's teacher. Max tells Tara that a man-to-man talk will handle the situation. Eventually, Tara agrees. Following this, while Tara and Charmaine are at the mall, two women ask Tara if she's doing okay, ask about the cake she promised for the Brazilian kids, and then bring up the issues about Benjamin. Charmaine comes to her defense, saying Benjamin is an abusive kid. The two women keep talking until what they are saying feels like an insult. Tara is unresponsive and walks away. Charmaine follows Tara and tells her to fight back. After a moment, Tara transitions. Eventually, Tara begins baking a cake. She then goes to Marshall's school and introduces herself as Alice. She drops the cake she baked to the women from the mall. She then goes to Marshall's teacher, where she sees Max already talking to the teacher, Oral. As Alice sits with them, she talks about Oral's past and how he singled out Marshall because of their class argument. Oral is suddenly speechless, telling Marshall's parents that he gives Marshall extra assignments to keep his average up. With that, Alice gracefully says goodbye to Oral. Following this, Max, Kate, and Marshall are having dinner with Alice at the Bon Appetit fast food chain. Marshall thanks Alice for saving him. While they are having a conversation, Kate's eyes are glued to her phone. Alice calls out Kate for it. After an argument, Kate leaves the table and goes to the restroom. Alice follows her. Alice and Kate's argument continues in the restroom. Alice tells Kate that she is an ungrateful ingrate. Kate begins trash talking in front of Alice. Alice becomes annoyed, and she gets soap from the dispenser and aggressively puts it on Kate's mouth. Max and Marshall hear Kate scream, and they go to the restroom. Kate walks out after Max takes Alice aside. She decides to apply at Bon Appetit because she wants out of the family. Episode 2 ends as they go home. Alice brings a stick for Marshall's project. Alice then talks to Marshall about puberty while Max talks to Kate about Alice. Eventually, as Alice is about to iron one of Max's jeans, Max tells her not to. Max also tells Alice that from now on, he will be the one doing the punishments to the kids and not Alice. Alice hesitantly agrees. As they go to sleep, Alice seduces Max, but he refuses. Max then says that he is looking for someone while staring at Alice. Episode 3 begins with Alice in their bedroom seducing Max into having intercourse with her. However, Max respectfully refuses her. To her frustration, she walks out and goes to the bathroom. While she is fixing herself, she grabs the towel hanging on the wall. She then sees small writing on the wall that says "Gimme." After a moment, Alice transitioned to Tara. When she becomes Tara, she removes her lipstick. Meanwhile, Max, Kate, and Marshall are in the kitchen preparing breakfast. Kate asks why Alice is still not in the kitchen making breakfast. Max tells her that Alice is not in a good mood. Kate eventually tells Max that she is starting a new job at Bon Appetit. On the other hand, Marshall tells Max that he is going for a theater play audition at his school. To everyone's surprise, Tara walks in. Max asks how Tara is. She replies that she just needs help connecting all that's been happening to her. At Marshall's school, Marshall and his friend talk about the audition. While they are having a conversation, Marshall keeps on looking at a guy named Jason. Their conversation shifts from the audition to Jason. Marshall tells his friend that he thought Jason was dumb but is actually nice. Following this, Tara learns from Max that Alice made a move on him. Max adds that he did not take Alice as bait. He also tells Tara that he doesn't find Alice attractive. With this, the two of them begin to have intercourse on the couch. However, Tara notices that Max is not in the mood. Tara asks Max what is wrong. Max eventually replies that he has a lot of things going on in his mind. Tara walks away from Max and tells him that she needs to go to the therapist and Charmaine's boss, Tiffany, for a new job. At Dr. Ocean's office, Tara explains that the alters are coming on to Max. She explains that Max and her have arrangements not to mess with the alters. Tara continues saying that she thinks that Max is tempted to have intercourse with the alters and that she is frustrated that Max was not in the mood when she initiated having intercourse. Dr. Ocean tells Tara that people usually desire what they cannot have. Following this, Tara goes to Tiffany's apartment. From there, Tiffany talks about the concept she wants for a mural that Tara will do for her. While Tara talks to Tiffany, she can sense that Tiffany knows about her condition. Meanwhile, Kate begins her new job where she meets Tonya and Jean, Bonnaby's general manager. Jean also asks her to remove the color on her hair if she wants to continue working at Bonnaby's. Kate eventually agrees. Marshall looks for Jason's socials at night and learns that Jason fancies Santana. To his surprise, Kate walks into his room. Marshall quickly closes his laptop. Kate tells Marshall all the things she learns from Bonnaby's. Kate offers Marshall to work at Bonnaby's on weekends, but Marshall refuses. In Tara's room, Max initiates for them to have intercourse. However, Tara refuses and tells Max that she needs to be productive and create concepts and designs for Tiffany's mural. The following day, Marshall courageously talks to Jason. Marshall brings up Santana. However, Marshall learns that Jason is not actually a fan of Santana. Eventually, Jason invites Marshall to audition for a theater play they are having at their church. Marshall agrees without hesitation. At Tiffany's apartment, Tara discusses the concepts and design for the mural. Tiffany compliments Tara's creativity and talent. She admits that she knows about Tara's multiple personality disorder. Tara is surprised and corrects Tiffany that her condition is actually called a dissociative identity disorder. Eventually, Charmaine walks into Tiffany's apartment to drop some work stuff. Tara confronts Charmaine about telling Tiffany her condition. Tiffany interrupts them by apologizing and telling Tara that she doesn't judge and that Tara can trust her. Episode 3 ends with Tara preparing for a passionate and romantic date with Max. As she puts her lipstick on, she transitions. Meanwhile, Max arrives home and prepares a bottle of wine and 2 glasses. Max anticipates Tara will be ready for their date. However, when he opens their bedroom door, he sees Buck sitting on the edge of the bed smoking. Buck tells Max that he thinks Tara went shy about their date. Buck also tells him that Tara thinks Max wants to get busy with Alice and T instead of her. Eventually, Buck tells Max that they should rather watch adult films. Max agrees.
Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on notifications and leave a like. It really helps the channel.